Yo, what's up, guys? New video coming out. This is a Vince Staples cut up video. It's from the Breakfast Club. It came out a while ago. It's really cool. Um, so it's the Vince Staples chop up. In this video, I've shown. I don't know if you guys haven't been keeping up with Vince Staples. Vince Staples has currently just dropped a show called The Vince Staples Show. It's on Netflix. It's a very good show. Go check it out. It shows his his life in depiction. It's really cool, really nice. But in this interview, I seen that Vince Staples, he has been able to grow throughout the years from, I haven't really kept up with Vince Staples before like 2016, but I know him now from Ramona Park to his updated new albums. Check out Dark Times. Dark Times is a good album. Black and Blue, Government Cheese, Children. I think there's a song called Children, Little Homies or something. I don't know if it's on there. The last one, very good songs, really cool songs. They got me into just watching him for his content. So very good songs. Y'all should go check them out. Um, I also see that there's a lot of resilience in him because he just developed a new show, but who knows how long he's been trying to develop that and how long it actually took to turn a lot of no's into a lot of yeses. So that's also commendable and really cool to see that somebody who we've seen go from like a rapper to transition into like a writer. That's really cool to see in real time. Um, and it seemed like he knew his situation. He knew that they weren't giving out these good deals, great deals due to actor strikes and everything that was happening around the time of him trying to lift off his show. So he realized this is what's going on, this is what they're doing, this is what I'll be able to do. So he was able to get that going. I hear events or I hear a person who has taken on a personal project and has used skills that he's been able to find, pick up, develop alongside his peers and the people currently in the zones that he wants to be in. I can pick up that whatever he was doing like prior to this isn't where he's at now. He's now grasping visuals, he's now grasping formatting, and he can see all this work that I'm doing on this side leads to this end goal, this end product, and that's really cool to see. It's not really seen. It's mostly like there's usually plugs and plants, but we're seeing him do it himself.
Um, I was lucky enough to be a part of her show, and then we kind of forged a relationship. We had done a show previously, but it was animation, so we didn't really communicate that much. But she been a really, really big help. Her talent and her professionalism and just the way that she runs that operation, for that big company, it's understated. Like, she does an amazing job. I don't know if I ran across somebody who does it as good as she does in the manner that she does it. So I was just really grateful that she was able to even look at it and also let you know that, like, you know what you're doing. Because especially not having information, not having access to certain things, these people that done went to college for this stuff, like, I value their opinion. And yeah, it was a good opportunity to be able to share with her.
Yeah.
Are hip-hop artists just limited to music now? Because nowadays, when I see a hip-hop artist, I'm not thinking this person is just going to be a rapper. Only because of everything that we've seen from the Jay-Z's and the Donald Glovers.
Yeah.
All of these people that have done so many other different things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to put Jay-Z and Donald Glover in the same
No,
thing.
I feel you 100%, and I agree because I felt that way my whole life. Like, I've been lucky enough to grow up when I grew up, but when I was a kid, Tone Loc was on TV. Ice Cube was already Ice Cube as far as film and television. Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott had a show. Eve had a show. Will Smith was Will Smith. So I think that it's been really, really good groundwork laid just for black people in general, but specifically for hip hop artists in the past 20 to 30 years. It makes it's limitless, honestly, the things that we can do, especially if we trust each other and utilize each other, use our infrastructure and kind of support each other, we'll be good.
Yeah, and you're doing that now, and you're only 30.
I read those in the hood.
Yeah,
God,
that's some 4-yard books. I
Go
get it.
with books
I'm
for him,
into the 4-yard books, but it's like, all right, I get the mental warfare aspect of it, but who are you fighting? So you gonna read 48 Laws of Power, the Art of War, to go use it on another nigga?
Damn.
I'm not into that, and especially coming from that, like, I personally think like it's more like, say, if you watch films all day, right? If you read The Method, if you pick up some scene books, if you read anything about how these things are created on writing by Stephen King, like, you get into that because these are your passions, these are your pastimes. Get into something that is, download the vocabulary app, get your word of the day, things of that nature. But I feel like the spaces we look for information are limited based on who we are and the nuance we have as a people. And I feel like we have a lot of self-esteem issues when it comes to like reading. I remember when I was a kid, I used to hate reading. I never got bad grades or nothing, but I stutter real bad. And I used to like kind of talk relatively slow, which led to me talking too fast, trying to not stutter. And also vision. Who got time for a speech therapist? Who got eye insurance? You know what I mean? So a lot of those things kind of hinder us from even wanting to read in the first place. So then as we get older and we're assessing information, now what do we know? Like, what are we looking to look to? I feel like we will hold each other accountable if we can get our priorities right and our understanding of who we are right. And that comes from, I feel, the reading aspect that you talked about. And when you say reading, I'm thinking more broad and sense of like garnering knowledge and trying to learn.
That's why the Nation of Islam was so important, because first book my dad gave me was the autobiography of Malcolm X. And then that led me to read Message to the Black Man. Then I read From Niggas to Gods by Akil. Those books right there instill all of that stuff we talking about right now. It instills accountability. It gives you a sense of responsibility, and it just broadens your mind to something that can better you.
Yeah, and I feel like one infers the other. So if we can just kind of access more information, it'll really help. Because I said, when I came up here at the beginning, I didn't grow up listening to music. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I was ignorant to a point that I didn't even understand the concept of like a concert or like a show. I had never once in my life ever knew when a concert was, where it was, how they work. I didn't understand recording studios. I'd never really been in no record stores like that. Like, I didn't really understand what music was. I had to research and to find it out. And that's a very humbling situation that make you feel vulnerable. Yeah. So when it comes to film, television, learning about that, when it comes to just life learning in general, it's really hard for us to kind of gain information without feeling like we're out of place. So we can kind of fix that. It can fix a lot of our problems.
We don't want to feel dumb.
Yeah, we don't want to feel dumb, but you got to figure out what feeds you, basically. Like what he said, if you doing film, you watch film, and whatever caters to you, what makes you feel good. But if you don't even know where to start with that, I could see how that could be a challenge. Yeah, why is it only 5 episodes?
Oh man, that's what they doing right now. These show orders, they not really going past 8. Okay, it's a lot of things are like 6 to 8, pretty much. It's streaming. You know what I mean? Not being able to separate the episodes on a weekly kind of basis is kind of changing a lot of things. People digesting, changed a lot of things. The budgets changed after the strike, and but previous to that, the budgets got a little bit weird during COVID. So I feel like they always gonna throw stuff at us. As far as just creative people, so working through it.
But that's still in a way that's still good though, because if it's too long, it's like, all right, people will probably tune out. But it's like
you got to be aware of what people like from you and take it from there. That's really where my standpoint is. I got songs that I've been on the radio, and I've got 1 or 2 songs I've done very well on the radio, but I don't release 60 songs. But every time I might do an interview, every time I might come up here, people is in the comments having more engagement than they would even as far as how the album go. So taking that kind of, I guess, information and trying to see how you gonna spec this shit out. Because all right, I'm 30 right now, bro. Who can do this when they 60? Who can do this when they 40, 45? And I take care of my family and things of that nature. Like, I keep it pretty simple. I don't really got aspirations to be the most, I'm not looking for $1 billion, bro. That's just not how I am. So I enjoy the privilege of creativity and being able to do things that I never thought I would be able to do as a child. So I always took the way that people view my music and the way that people digest anything I did as a positive, no matter what it is. If people say they don't like something I do, that's still positive because they're emotionally invested enough in it. And that just kind of led me down this path, just being aware of who you are and how the world feels.
We're seeing him do it himself, and that's always really dope. And yeah, here at GTV, we like to show people off who just get new understandings of just the environments around them. And I like to show that it's not just negative all the time, and a lot of people don't show the positives, and or they do, but nobody really no one really paints mind to it. This interview itself is kind of old. I clipped it up a little bit. It's a lot longer than what I'm showing you here. But in this, I feel as though Vince Staples, he shows a sign of community when he's showing off his environment, the stuff that he talks about. He talks about his own experiences, and instead of making them negative and it's like, oh, this is all just negative and negative this, negative that, he's using positive reinforcement and positive banter to express himself. And it's really cool because it's really great to see him just use his own personal experiences to want to expand positivity in the community. And that's what we're here for here. So hope you guys liked it. Like, subscribe, and check it out. I got a lot more stuff coming to you.